Welcome to the Round 9 podcast for Captain Hindsight for the SuperCoach Hub. My name is Munster Mash, your hostess with definitely not the mostest. Uh, and we're here to talk about the armbands for SuperCoach NRL. So that's your captaincy and your vice captaincy choices and who gets that precious double points for you each and every round. Now, coming into round 9 is Magic Round. It is arguably the best round of footy all year. If you're in Queensland up here to enjoy it, I hope you have the best of times. I personally will be getting along to the Sunday games to watch my beloved Melbourne Storm and hopefully see a few other really good games. Overall, I think it's going to be a very, very good Magic round. I think there's a lot of good matchups against each other for teams. Maybe not as much for Supercoach, but that's what we're here to decipher a little bit: is who's got good matchups, where can you go, and yeah, who will get you those double points. So uh, over the last few weeks, our choices have not quite nailed it. Last week we did go the VC of Ryan Pappenhausen into Nathan Cleary. Both scored under 70, 6 for Ryan Pappenhausen and a 54 for Nathan Cleary. So we certainly missed there, but I don't think anyone could have quite predicted that the Panthers have fallen so far, and in particular, Nathan to have dropped as much as he has. But I think it shows that, yeah, when you take away maybe a couple of points in uh, goals and then maybe, the odd try assist here and there, it really just adds up over the course of a year. So I think going forward, until we see more from the Panthers, we can almost discount Nathan Cleary as a captaincy choice. I just don't think he's got those big double score, those big double score worthy scores in him. I just don't see we're gonna. I think we might still get a few 80s and 90s here and there, but I just don't think we're gonna get a 120. It's. But then again, look, it is Nathan Cleary. We'll wait and see what happens. Pappenhausen, on the other hand, the Bunnies looked ripe for the picking, but Wayne obviously got them up for the big Anzac Day games. So yeah, not quite the blowout we were hoping for. But anyway, we're here to talk about Magic Rounds and the choices for your armbands here. Now, the first thing I can strongly recommend is I know a lot of you will probably be looking to enjoy a few beverages this round. Don't go crazy with your Supercoach choices. Um, if you're going to go and throw the dice at somebody, there's a few matchups that I think are really, really good. So that's where I'd be leaning for. Now, the first thing I really want to cover this round is I think there are two main captaincy choices for this round, and it's the year of the front rower, Terrell May, Payne Haas. They're 1 and 2 for the choices for the captaincy by teams in the top 5%. So that shows you where people are looking. I think those percentages will actually increase over the weekends. I think Ryan Pappenhausen will be third, but I don't see Nathan being above like Teddy in that by sort of the end of the round. I think that'll change a bit, and I think we'll see Terrell and Payne both push higher. So I think that tells you just how this round is going to go. It's with captaincy choices being a bit hit and miss over the last few rounds. I think a lot of coaches are going safe with their picks, and with the way that these two are playing, you can't really blame them. They're pretty much the easiest way you can almost guarantee 85 to 90 points from either of them on a given week. And yeah, it's for at the moment, I think it is easy to just lock in for Magic Round. I think without any real standout choices otherwise, I think they're the ones to go for. So depending on who you want to go with your captaincy, I think it really then shapes who you want. The teams in the top 5% again, Nico Hines looks like he's going to be the main choice along with Teddy. They're going to be the main two VC options. And with the way that some of the matchups are this week, I do think there are a few matchups to target and maybe go a bit of a rogue VC into a safe Payne Haas or Terrell May. That's the way I actually do see this round. Is I think it is absolutely ripe for a roll of the dice VC. And there's a few matchups that I really do like, and a few players from that I think you could target. So The matchups that I really like are, in particular, the Knights against the Rabbitohs. I think with the way that the Rabbits are getting decimated, they've got half a team out, if not more. Rookie halves. I think strike players for the Knights could be targeted this week for your VC. And I maybe not a 50, but maybe scores like 5 or 6 tries, I think. So I really do like, yeah, your Fletcher Sharps, your Dylan Lucases, even the Greg the Leg Marzu. I think they're options you could certainly go for. I'm unsure about Kalen only because of the reported rib injury that's been reported by the NRL physio. So I think we could see somebody like a Fletcher Sharp maybe take a higher role in the playmaking for the strike, I guess, like end of the field. So the and then the other matchup that I really like is the Bulldogs into the Titans. In particular, a few specific positions where, yeah, it really shapes up as a few really good things to roll at and to maybe have a shot at points wise. So just as a bit of an idea, the other matchup that a lot of people will probably look to target is the Eels. They have been conceding plenty of tries on their wings and to fullbacks, but the question is that now that you know Mitch Moses is back, do they put up more of a fight against sputtering Sharks? Nico does seem to be improving, which is why I think he's the highest choice for VC, and he has the ability to turn it on. We could see him put up a 100 plus quite easily. But I would give it a go unless you want to play it really safe. I think this is the week to have a roll at other options. So with that, I've a couple of names that have really sort of stood out to me that I think you could go with is for the Bulldogs, Viliami Kikau. Actually really like as a VC option this week, and also Dylan Lucas. So Lucas will start with. He's only played the one game against the Bunnies, and he scored a 76. So that does bode well. But the big thing that caught my eye against the Bunnies is, yeah, one, we've got their rookie halves, so we know that they're going to get targeted through the game. And they're decimated by injuries on the edges. So with that, I would recommend going back and looking at the try scored by Xavier Coates for the Storm and also Bronson Jerry by the Bulldogs over the last few weeks. That shows how the other teams have been targeting halves to score points. So I'm expecting the Knights to do the same and really sort of target that, third in defender and that center spot. And yeah, I'm expecting points for the edges and the second rowers in those games. So that's why I like Dylan Lucas. He's the person that most players will have. But if you've got like a Fletcher Sharp or even a Pierce Paul, I think that's worth a target. And maybe even Greg Marju. If you feel confident on Kalen Ponga with his ribs, he's also worth a shout. But the one that I read second rower is a good spot against them. And if that didn't convince you, the three most recent scores by left second rowers against the Titans is 131, 126, and 99. So I think old Billy Kicks is due a try, and I think he'll put up a massive score this week. So that's where we're going to go with our picks. Because the Bulldogs game is after the Tigers, I'm going to go Billy Kicks as the VC into a sea of Payne Haas. And yeah, we should get a big score then. I think if we can get a decent VC of, we'll say 110 Billy Kicks, I think that would be worth looping. And I think, yeah, but I'm expecting, Payne and also Terrell May to put up a sort of a 90-ish score this week, at least. Anyway, that's what we'll leave it for this week because I am off to enjoy some Magic Round beverages. So all power to you guys for this week. Good scoring with SuperCoach, and we'll see you next round.